Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to sell more online courses with a marketing strategy that I use to make over 6 figures selling courses, and I've helped a dozen other people do the same thing as well. So you're going to want to watch this to the very end because it's going to be good. Hey, my name is Ryan Kearns. I don't just talk this stuff, I actually do it. I'm in the trenches each and every day, creating courses, membership sites, online products, tutorials, all types of different stuff, and I post a lot of stuff on YouTube, so hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here, and let's get into it. The first thing that you need to know is your course needs a purpose, okay? And it can't be cookie cutter. It can't just be, yeah, this course its purpose is to help people play the piano, right? It needs to have a deeper purpose. Why did you create this course? Why does this course need to exist? There's a million courses about how to play the piano. Why does your specific course have to exist? And that is going to come from your story, your background, mixed with why you do what you do, okay? People need to know why if they're going to take action. You know, they did this study one time where someone would wait in line for a copy machine, and they would skip the person in front of them, and they would say, hey, can I go in front of you? Because they would say, hey, can I go in front of you? I want to make more copies. And the person would be like, no, right? Or they would say, hey, can I go in front of you because I'm going to be late to an appointment, right? And that would work. That would actually work. People would say, okay, that's fine. But what happened was they ended up testing why that worked. So what they did was they used different excuses, right? That weren't because I have to make it to an appointment. They used different excuses. So what happened was when they used the word because, 80% of the time, people would let them cut. And they would say ridiculous things like, because my cat has to use the bathroom, or because it's Tuesday. Like just random stuff. But because they use the word because, people would allow them in. That proves that people need to know why something is taking place. They need to know why something exists. They need to know why you want them to do something. They need to know why everything. Always our brain is saying, but why? But why? Why? What's in it for me and why? So that is why your course needs a purpose, and it needs a big purpose that has to do with the overall world, and it has to do with you and your brand, and it has to do with your story. Okay, for example, my course exists because I want to end financial stress. I don't want people to go through what I went through when I hit rock bottom and had to move back in with my parents, and big, long, embarrassing story where I ended up delivering pizza just to make it by. And not only was I delivering pizza, but I was delivering it to my high school friends, right? So people I went to high school with, they had good jobs, they had wives, kids, careers, dogs. I had all those things as well, but I was delivering pizza to them, and it was just embarrassing and totally not cool. So my reason for creating the course that I create is because I want to end financial stress for other people, just like I did for myself. Now I want to do that for other people. So your course needs a purpose. That's number one. Before you do anything else, figure out why your course needs to exist and what's its position in the world. Number two, wear your customers' shoes. All right, now I don't mean go like rob your customers and put their shoes on. Obviously, you probably know where I'm going with this. You have to think about it from your customer's point of view. Think about the customer journey. Think about how they're coming into your world, what they're seeing first, what they're seeing second, how they're viewing you, what they're looking at, what pages of your website they're looking at, how your social media looks. You have to wear the customer's shoes in order to figure out what they want to see and what they're already seeing. So you can get those two as close together as possible, so what they see is what they want to see, and then boom, you'll be in a lot better position, and you'll be able to create a customer journey that speaks to your specific customer, to where everything makes sense and everything clicks into place and works a lot better. So make sure you're thinking from your customer's point of view, because if you're creating a course, it's not so that you can make more money, although it may be on some level because of that. It's so that you can serve your customer base, your clients better, and so that you can give them something that will help them, something that they can use on their own time in order to grow as an individual or achieve a specific result or solve a specific problem. And that is it, okay? So wear your customers' shoes, understand the results they want to achieve, understand the problems that they have, and understand who they are and where they're coming from and how they're seeing everything that you put out there. Number 3 to sell more online courses is build the sales page first, okay? Now that might sound a little bit backwards or a little bit weird. You're gonna wanna build the sales page before you even build the product itself a lot of times, okay? The reason for this is because in the sales page, you're putting in every possible piece that's gonna sell it. Now, if you put in every single piece that's gonna sell it first, that means you can make a lot better of a product later, right? So you're putting in the pieces of the puzzle that will sell what you didn't even create yet, so you could see if it sells. Once it sells, then you go to work creating it as fast as you possibly can so that you can fulfill on what you just sold. But you have to build the sales page first, because you're gonna come up with way more ideas. You're gonna be way more creative. You're gonna have way more, possibilities enter your world when you start to think about, how can I serve my customer and how can I sell something that's actually valuable, okay? That way you're not just creating some other cookie cutter course or some other thing that everybody else has already created. You want to be creating something unique, something brand new, and something that jumps off the shelves, jumps off the screen into their life, and they want it so bad they have to take out their credit card and buy it. So when you create a sales page that does that, then you'll create a product that does that, okay? It's not the other way around. You're not gonna try to create the product first and put everything you possibly can into it and then say, okay, now let's sell it, because you're not gonna even think of every possible thing that needs to go in it because you're not trying to sell it, okay? I hope that makes sense. Please build the sales page first. It's the best thing that you can possibly do. Step 4, consider the entire journey. So from the moment that your customer first sees you, what are you talking about? What do you look like? What are you wearing? How does it feel to talk to you, right? Are you wearing, a suit, or are you wearing a hoodie, or are you wearing a t-shirt, right? What are you saying? What gets their attention? What gets them to want to stick around? Why do they want to listen to you? Who are you, right? All of this stuff matters so much. And you can do this through advertising. You don't have much time before they click away. Or you can do this through your content, creating helpful content like this video or articles or podcasts, whatever your medium is, creating helpful content that allows people to see why you exist, who you are, what you're helping them with, why they should listen to you in the first place. Consider the entire journey though, okay? So maybe they see an ad first, maybe that ad takes them to a blog post. Instead of taking them right to a lead conversation where they have to give you their email, maybe you take them to a blog post that says, a whole bunch of valuable stuff, and then says, hey, if you're interested, give me your email and we'll continue this conversation. Then they give you the email, right? So there's different ways to structure it so it doesn't seem like you're so thirsty to sell them products. You want to come off as being somebody that's considering the other person on the other side, not just all about yourself, but all about what they want and need in their life and how you can fill the gaps for them, help them achieve their results, solve their problems, and get their desired outcome. Step 5 after that is to build out your traffic source. So you're either going to want to do JV sales. That's when you partner with people. JV stands for joint venture. It's when you partner with people in order to tap into their traffic sources. They usually have a big audience, or tap into some kind of distribution channel that they have, etc. You can also do affiliates, where you allow other people to sell your course for you and you give them a percentage of each sale. And finally, you can play some ads. So that's going to help you really get your traffic so that you control the outcome of the entire thing. Now, if you already have a large audience, you don't have to listen to any of these things. You can just launch to your audience. But most people don't have an audience, so you're going to want to do JV launches, collaborations, affiliates, ads. You're going to want to really ramp up your traffic into your brand new customer journey that you created by building that sales page first, so you'd have an awesome product. You're going to wear your customers' shoes so you know exactly what they want, what they need along the way, and your course is going to have a purpose. So when they get there, they're going to know exactly why it exists and why they need it in their life. And finally, step number 6 is to create a deadline, okay? Don't just let anybody buy your course whenever they want, all right? it's easy to set up today where somebody comes in and they have 3 days to buy or they lose access, 2 days to buy or they lose access, 6 days to buy, however amount of time you want to give people. Maybe 7 days is a fair amount so that they can get their paycheck somewhere in there and then pay you, right? That's for a lot of courses that aren't in business to business. So if it's like teaching someone to play piano or teaching someone how to, code, or teaching somebody how to speak a different language, then they would probably have a job and they would want to wait until they got their paycheck. If you give them 7 days, they'll definitely get a paycheck, hopefully within those 7 days. If not, they might be getting paid bi-weekly. That's a whole other story, but for me, I like to do 3 days because it just cuts it down to, all right, you got 3 days to find the money, and that's it. If you don't find it by then, the price is going to go up, or you're not going to have access to this anymore. So you can do open cart, close cart, or you can do a price increase, or there's a lot of different ways to do it, but you have to have a deadline or else people will not take action. Okay? When you do a launch, the most sales you'll see are on the first day and on the very last day. All of the space in the middle, you'll see barely any sales because people just don't take action unless they're an action taker on the first day or unless they're forced to take action on the final day. That's when people take action. So make sure your course has a deadline. If it doesn't, you're missing out on sales. You're going to have a lower conversion rate. People aren't going to want to get off the fence that otherwise would be stuck on the fence and not knowing whether or not they should buy. Got to have a deadline so they jump off that fence and get into the course. And it has to be real. You can't just say it's going to end in 3 days and then never shut the cart. Now, there's this really cool tool you can use to set up an evergreen funnel that goes on forever, but each person gets the same amount of time to buy the product. So in other words, if I go to this thing, it's going to say I have 3 days to buy the product. Then when the 3 days run out, I'm not going to see it anymore. But if somebody else comes for the first time on that same day, they'll see that they have 3 days to buy the product. No matter when somebody comes, they're going to see that they have 3 days to buy it. And then after those 3 days, it redirects them to a different page if they try to visit that page. And that is very cool. It's like one of the coolest marketing tools that I know about. And I use it all the time because it makes funnels become evergreen. And when you can have something that's evergreen, that means that you can just use it forever and it never runs out and it continually brings you cash. And who doesn't want that, right? So it's called Deadline Funnel. I'll put a link in the description below. It'll be my referral link so that I think they give you like credits toward it so that my Deadline Funnel will be free if you use it, or they'll give me like $25 off if you use my referral link. So that'd be really cool if you use that. But definitely use Deadline Funnel. It's really, really cool. Whether or not you use my link, I don't care. But it is an awesome tool and it will get you more sales, increase your conversions, and allow you to create an evergreen funnel that lasts forever and gets you cash while you sleep. So that's all I have. That's how to sell more online courses. Now, if you found this interesting, I have another video that I want you to watch. Just click right over here. It's going to help you get more sales, leads, and revenue into your business. So click right there and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. My name is Ryan Kearns and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.